What is going on, buddy? It's your boy Sonny here, bringing you guys another Neverwinter video, and today is a special video because we have the Masquerade of Lairs event going on for a good 5 days. So I figured I'd get this video out on the first day to make sure you guys are on the right path. So I actually did the daily quest for today, but what you're going to do is you're going to come up here in the Enclave, talk to this guy right here, and he's going to give you 2 quests. Now, the first one, it's going to tell you to go visit some guy in the Moonstone Mask. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over to this zone real quick. And if you have VIP, you can use the scroll and you'll shoot right over there instead of going up the long way. Nice little shortcut. So we're just going to wait for this to load real quick. It took me like a minute or two to find this because it was kind of confusing with the arrow. What you're gonna do is just gonna come down here, jump down here, come around the staircase. Don't do what I did. Around the staircase, and the guy is right there in this corner. And you talk to him, and he gives you I forget what he gives you, but he gives you something, and you can return to that other guy. And from here, we're just gonna use the signposts and travel right back to the Enclave. Instead of doing like 2 loading screens, now we only have to do 1 loading screen, so it's pretty nice. Nifty little trick for tomorrow. I know now to do this, because today I went through the 2 loading screens instead of just using 1 loading screen. But that's about it for that mission. And then you're going to return to that quest. And then the next, he's going to tell you to come look for these guys that are all around the Enclave. And there's one here, there's just some over here, they're everywhere. And what you do is you're going to have to find 5 of them. And you're going to turn in these coins that you get, Lilith's Charm. And what you do is you turn them into this guy for bags of the Illusionist. And what this does, it actually gives you refinement for the new artifact that they give you, which is right here, the Illusionist Mask. Now, this can only be refined with the currency that they give you from the event. Unfortunately, you can't do nothing with the artifact yet, but if you come over here to collections and go to, let's see, where is it? Artifacts, we're going to find that you can take it all the way up to legendary, and it gives you 500 recover, deflect, and 450 stamina gain, guard gain, and it's an artifact of power. So I'm not sure if we can use it as a feeder, or is it just something we use, or maybe something we turn in. I'm not 100% sure how it works yet. But you can also exchange those Lilith's bells, not Lilith's bell, what are they called again? Jeez Louise, I forgot. Lilith's Charm. Lairs Charm. Why am I saying Lilith's? It's actually Lairs Charm. My bad, guys. Lairs Charm for tokens. 1 token equals 1 charm. And if you get 100 of, sorry, not 100, but 200 of these charms, you can get a mask. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Don't buy the temporary ones. These are just pointless. They're only good for 8 hours. But this wandering scarecrow, not even worth it. The amount of mask you have to turn in, which is 1 of everything just to get this guy, it's not even really that good. Nothing special about him. And then this is another companion. Same thing. Don't even bother wasting your time unless you're a companion collector. Then by all means get him. But the mask are what you really want. I'll probably be getting these 2 right here. The mask of the unicorn and the Jack-o'-lanterns mask, which are pretty cool. But that's about it for this event. I mean, other than that, you just mostly the mask that you want. Trading your Lairs charms to these big giants walking around to get the refinement you need for your artifact. But be careful, because when you're upgrading your artifact, right? I made this mistake a couple of times. You actually need the refinement to put into it to upgrade it. So the refinement you put in it actually caused it to upgrade. I was actually putting in the these masks, but you actually need these to upgrade it to the next quality. So just a little tidbit, don't make the mistake I did and just save them. I'm going actually turn in more of these charms. And there's now another thing you can do is around the enclave there's going to be these pumpkin heads, and what these pumpkin heads is to just give you another charm. Now you can do it this way, and you can't have more than 5, which is weird to me. I don't know why they did that for, but you can't have more than 5. Other than that, that's pretty much it in terms of what you can get. Is just basically the mask and those 2 companions there. And of course this free artifact, which is always nice. So I mean, you really can't beat that. I'm actually gonna open up 2 more bags, and these are nice because, like I said, you need these veils to up the artifact. So be careful. Don't put the veils into your artifact. Only put the these little things right here. Now moving on to the next part is actually where to go to farm these. Say you don't want to just walk around the enclave and look for the pumpkin heads. Alright, so what you're gonna do is there's a couple different zones you can actually go to farm this event if you really want to get those masks as quickly as possible. You can actually also buy these from the Zen market, of course, but that's just 125, and they give you 100 tokens. Yeah, so if you buy 2 of these, you can already get a mask, which is what, 250 Zen. It's not terrible, but for a mask, what the AD price is, what the Zen price is now, 250 is 100,000. I mean, you could just farm these little separate areas. So the first one is the Drowned Shore. This is the one I usually do. I do a nice little rotation here, but I mean, in all reality, you can pretty much farm any zone as long as you're level 70. If you're a lower level, I'm sorry, I don't, just run through your campaign and quickly. So just stick to what you're doing. But if you're level 70, come over here, and you're actually going to want to farm up in this area up here. And you're just going to constantly just go around in this big circle. I'm not going to go all the way up there, but I'm just going to show you. So you're just going to go in this gigantic circle here and just keep going around and around and around. And in about a half an hour, I was able to collect like 30 charms. And that was with me, like other people doing this as well. So go to instances where there's not as many people, so you might have to switch a couple times because this is one of the zones that get pretty crowded. Another one you can do is come over here to Sharandar. Like I said, there's a bunch of different ones. I'm pretty sure you can farm in every zone kind of, but these are the ones adjust your. So if you are level 70, it's going to be that much easier for you. And this one you can actually do anywhere from 1, 2, or 3 zones. So that's another good spot. Like right here, you can do right here, like in these little section areas, I guess you can call them. There's a crap ton of enemies here, so you can do them in pretty much any of those zones. Reclamation Rock, Spinwood Rise, a Fiery Pit, stuff like that. Running your dailies, because the way you get these charms is from killing the enemies. So that's pretty much it for the event. Once you get your mask, just like I said, just turn your charms into the giants just to get as much refinement as you can for this artifact, because I'm not sure how much of it you're going to need to get it to legendary. And if you're only allowed to use the event currency, you don't get it to legendary by the end of this event. I guess you're going to be out of luck until next year, or until this event comes back. But so make sure you get a jump on it. You don't want to fall behind too much. So that's good that they had it going on for 6 days. Not 6 days, sorry, 5 days. No, 6 days. Yeah, sorry, I was right. Oops. But another thing that you can do is what was I gonna say? And I just completely lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, once you get so in terms of making Astral Diamonds for this event, let's see, what are the masks even under? I don't even know, to be honest with you. Equipment maybe. Let me go check. Let me see. What are they even called? besides just mask. And then also from those little pumpkin heads, I forgot to tell you, you can actually get temporary mask. I'm actually wearing one right now. So you see right here, I got it for temporary 8 hours. I have the Tyrant mask. Too bad they're bound to character, or else I would put them on my other guys. Let's just look up. Yeah, I can just put in mask. Let's see. No, they're definitely probably going to be consumables. No, not equipment. Rare. Let's see. Anything coming up? So unfortunately, I'm trying to see what. Definitely not going to be refinement. Yeah, no, it's not refinement. Fashion. Duh. Fashion, guys. I'm sorry. Fashion mask. So in terms of how much do these go for, the temporary mask, guys, don't even buy these. That's just a waste of money. Alright, so in terms of making Astral Diamonds, now you can see these masks are going for 60 grand, 70 grand. You know, some of them are going. But as the event carries on, you will be able to, you know, just hold on to those masks and then eventually sell them down the road. So if you want to, you can do it that way. But in all honesty, I really don't see people looking for a mask in the near future. It's not one of those things where people are really interested in. I could be wrong, but you know, if they wouldn't have brought this event up, I would have completely forgot about these masks. It's not something that pops up to my mind when I look for events as mask, as a fashion item. I'm not going to spend that kind of money on it, so I mean, if you want to, I guess you can save them and hopefully make a profit off of them later down the road, or jump on it now and get them up there as quickly as possible and see if you can make a profit off them that way as well. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this event. Make sure you take advantage of this trade bar store sale and the double enchantments and rune stones. Open those companion fortification packs, stuff like that. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment box.